that this is any kind of safe. Right now, it looks like he's, bro! That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about.
That's
Yes.
what he was talking about.
And believe me, they're going to take that suspect. He's still moving. That is a play.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the Pleb Life Podcast. I am Chris, and today we got some stuff to talk about. It's been a minute since my last podcast. I've been working on stuff. I've got this new book out. It's a graphic novel, my first one. You should check it out. It's on Amazon. You can read it for free on KDP. But I'll leave the link down below. But let's just go ahead and get into this. We've got some breaking news about Amazon. So go ahead, take it away, Sally.
Let's get back to that breaking news this morning. Amazon is laying off 14,000 employees. The retail giant confirming this move in the last 2.5 hours.
Now, according to Reuters, the company could lay off even more people, as many as 30,000, making it the largest round of layoffs since 2022. Cairo 7's Brooke Griffin is live at their Bellevue headquarters. And Brooke, experts say this could impact Seattle's economy and the area's.
Yeah, those marketing experts from the University of Washington say if those 14,000 layoffs are from here at the Bellevue headquarters, these corporate positions, then those people will stop spending money here while they're on the job hunt. That means less tax revenue and even a budget shortfall potential in the future. Amazon released a quote statement just this morning saying that we're working hard to support everyone whose role is impacted, including offering most employees 90 days to look for a new role internally. The timing will vary based on local laws, and our recruiting teams will prioritize internal candidates to help as many people as possible. This comes after another Amazon layoff announcement earlier this month. They tell us they planned on laying off around 15% of its HR department, which is about 1,500 employees. In June, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said the use of AI could lead to more job cuts in the future. According to Reuters, these layoffs would reduce expenses and compensate for overhiring during the pandemic. University of Washington professor Jeff Shulman says this will make it even harder for people to find a tech job.
These last 2 years have been very difficult for people in the tech industry as we see more and more companies engaging in larger and larger cuts, and the search for another job after those cuts is taking longer and longer.
Amazon is also has corporate offices in Arlington, Virginia, but it's unclear which city the majority of those cuts will be in. But on the day-to-day side of things, Amazon is actually hiring for warehouse workers. They said a few weeks ago that they do plan on bringing in about 250,000 seasonal employees. That way they can get help with the holiday rush. Live in Bellevue, Brooke Griffin, Cairo 7 News.
Yeah, major story today. Thank you, Brooke. And going in depth, corporate workers have had quite an impact on the Seattle economy. According to data from 2023, the company employs some 55,000 employees on the Seattle campus and another 10,000 or so in Bellevue and on the east side. Workers returned to the office 3 days a week in 2023. Credit card transactions went up 86% at South Lake Union restaurants. There was also an 82% increase in foot traffic during that time. Any Amazon layoffs will have a ripple effect on other local businesses in the area.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Thank you, Barbara. So, like she was saying, 1,400 layoffs. So don't support mass layoffs, especially at this scale. But I also understand that in the free market, companies have a legal right to restructure. Okay. I'm a big fan of Amazon. I use them constantly to buy things that I need and want. I'm also using them to distribute my first book. It's a graphic novel. Link down in the description, by the way. Go ahead and check it out. You should check it out. So technically, I'm business partners with Amazon. But it is strange that they would do this right before Christmas. Timing is off. There's something about that doesn't seem like there's more depth to this story. It's not just corporate restructuring or saving money. The bottom line is going to be affected one way or the other. And like this news clip was saying, they're going to, it's going to have a rippling effect on the community. I'm pretty sure that permits for that building and that facility were granted on the basis of Amazon would bring, that money into the community, and they would benefit via, these salaries. Okay, yeah, they're ramping up for the holiday season. Sure. But those are temporary jobs that pay half the price that these human resources and corporate positions that they're cutting. And then also, did I hear her correctly? They are, what did she say? They are using AI for human resources positions. That's kind of strange. This is coming right on the heels of the food stamp crisis that we're hearing about, right? So in between the food stamp crisis news, we're getting this stuff about mass layoffs. That's just adding to the fear. So you've got news outlets, some that are defending these things. You'll hear things like corporate responsibility versus market rights. Yes, companies, they have the right. But, at ground level, when you're losing your job, there's going to be a lot of people saying, screw those investors. What about the real rippling effect that it has on families? But anyway, let me know down in the comments what you think about these layoffs. Is this just business as usual, or is there something deeper going on? Moving on. As I was saying, this is the Pleb Life podcast. I am Chris, and next we're going to talk about some developing news with the motorcycle crash that's been going viral. That clip that we just played at the beginning of the segment where you got this guy going 90 or 190 on one of those crotch rockets. He's messing around with his bag, going no hands, and boom, right into a motorcycle. Let's go ahead and see what developing news we got going on here. Take it away, Kathy.
This afternoon, after a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy was shot and killed yesterday by a suspect who fled on a motorcycle and violently crashed on the freeway. KTLA 5's Lauren Lister live in Rancho Cucamonga with the latest developments.
Rancho Cucamonga, that's where Friday 2 was filmed.
Hi, Lou. New at this hour, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has identified that suspect. His name is Angelo Jose Saldivar, 47 years old,
that
of
baby
San
Joker.
Bernardino. They tell me he'll be booked on suspicion of murder once he gets medically cleared. He is still in the hospital, and this is the scene. Quiet today, but this is where that suspect is accused of gunning down a sheriff's deputy who was responding to a domestic violence call about 24 hours ago. And look at this. Here is the photo of that slain deputy who is being mourned and remembered today, identified as 28-year-old Andrew Nunez. His aunt telling me via text the family is heartbroken over his loss, calling him a loving father, devoted son, cherished nephew, and loyal friend. He leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter and a pregnant wife. The incident started just after 12:30 Monday when officials say he responded to a report of a man with a gun threatening his girlfriend on Hollyhock Drive in Rancho Cucamonga.
Hang on, I had to pause this just because I wanted to say something. Look at this right here. There's this speedometer on the top. This is, I guess, something I'm going to bring up in another segment. But this is kind of a nightly thing. It's things like this are so common that they have a chyron or an icon that they use specifically for the car chase. This is like the car chase of the evening kind of thing. Sometimes there's multiple car chases that they have on. It's wild. All right, back to you, Sally.
San Bernardino County Sheriff says the responding deputies were fired upon as soon as they arrived. Deputy Nunez shot in the head, taken to the hospital, but didn't survive. The suspect took off on a motorcycle, then triggering a frantic pursuit on the 210 freeway, ending with a wild crash. It was shown live on KTLA. A sheriff's deputy in his own car forced a collision with the suspect. The suspect was airlifted and is in stable condition. A neighbor described what it was like when she witnessed the aftermath at the initial scene.
I came home yesterday on my lunch break from work, and I pulled up right as they were pulling the deputy out into the street, and they were giving him CPR, and they said he was going into cardiac arrest, and they took him off, and then we got pushed into a neighbor's house, and we weren't allowed to leave for a little while.
She said it was all pretty scary. She did take some video showing moments when more law enforcement were descending upon the condo complex following the shooting of that deputy. The sheriff's department is mourning the loss of a deputy they say had served the Rancho Cucamonga community for 6 years.
As you can imagine, the entire department is very heavily, I don't even know what to say. We're embedded in sorrow. Unfortunately for our department, this has happened way too often. When we talk about this young man, his wife, 2-year-old daughter, and the couple was expecting, his mother and his 4 brothers and sisters are who have to live with this, along with the members of his department who are out there serving with him.
Last night, hundreds of law enforcement and fire personnel from around Southern California joined together in a solemn procession to escort Deputy Nunez's body from the medical center to the coroner's office. The victim's aunt telling us in a statement, Andrew was one of the kindest, most selfless people you could ever meet. He had a gentle heart, a warm smile, and a way of making everyone around him feel so loved and seen. He was so excited to become a father again, and it's unbearable to know he won't get the chance to hold his new baby girl. Back out here live, there is a fundraiser set up that benefits the family. Details on that you can find on our website, ktla.com. That's the latest live here in Rancho Cucamonga. I'm Lauren Lister. I'll send it back to you.
Wow. Those details, I mean, I knew a cop got shot, but at this point I didn't know that he was where he had been shot, and the family that he has left behind. That's pretty dark. So anyway, my heart goes out to his family, and but this is leads into what I would like to say about these types of segments on the news. So do you remember in the 90s when the parents were getting all upset over gangster rap? 2000s when they had congressional hearings about games like GTA corrupting the youth. I think it was San Andreas that they brought up. And fast forward to 2025, and now we've got real life chases, police chases, just like this, complete with shootouts. We've got body cam footage. I mean, I've got a whole channel that shows a whole bunch of different body cam footages. It's mayhem in real time, raw, and broadcast in HD. Just a suspect on a motorcycle, 150 miles per hour down the freeway, ending in a hail of sirens and headlines. And one of the wildest parts, it's not even that shocking anymore. Tonight at 11, another pursuit, another shootout, another viral clip. It's indicative of the times. We went from don't let them listen to NWA to let's live stream the next felony. From a pixelated carjacking, from above looking down, to real-time tragedy with comment sections. I mean, it's content now. Is this the future that those panicked parents feared? The ones that we said were overreacting? Because this is about the timeline when all of those kids were grown now enough to do these kind of things. All right. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to leave it right there. And like I was saying earlier, I've been working on a graphic novel. Right now, I'm working on volume 2, which means volume 1 is available. Right now, you can read it for free. Yes, that's right, free. If you have Amazon KDP, or I'm sorry, Amazon Kindle Direct. And you can buy it on Amazon. You can get the ebook version for $5 or less than $5. It's $4.88, and you can get the paperback version for less than $15. So get that book now, and volume 2 will be out soon. And don't forget to check out the other Pleb Life podcast episodes, and you can find those on centralcitypm.com or YouTube, where you're probably seeing this video right now. And if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time.